course, grilling season is officially underway, but if your skills have gotten maybe a little rusty since last year, we have the perfect person to give us all a refresher course and tips to make your cookout memorable and a success. Chef, author, and co-creator of the What's for Dinner newsletter, the original grill girl, Elizabeth Karmel, is back with us on GMA. Good morning. It's good to see you. Yes. All right, so we're starting with the classics here. We've got burgers, we've got dogs, but even though hot dogs and sausages can seem pretty simple, you have some pro tips to make them just right.
You know what? They're not as simple as people think,
yes,
right?
okay.
So my number one tip for hot dogs and sausages is something you might not know. You take a toothpick and you prick just a few holes.
Okay.
And the reason is, have you ever had a hot dog that explodes or sausage?
Yes, actually, yep.
Yep, I think they call them bangers where the rest of your crew is, right? Well, that's because they explode on the grill. But if you put a few holes in there, then the steam escapes and they don't explode. You also want to use a lower temperature than you think because you want them to be cooked on the inside by the time they're golden brown and delicious on the outside. Right?
You got to let it breathe a little bit, right?
Let it breathe a little, right? Let it get zen.
And then for the burgers, you also have a great tip here to make sure that you get it correct on the grill.
Yeah, so this is super fun. You know how you go to a cookout and your burger looks more like a meatball?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, it puffs up, right? I call that the swollen belly burger. Okay, well, if you depress the center like this, just with your thumb, then as it cooks, it fills that hole and it doesn't puff up. So it'll be nice and flat on your bun.
Perfect.
And when we're talking about the hot dogs, obviously it's one of the most quintessential American foods, but depending on where you are geographically, they're kind of the different styles. You got the New York hot dog, the Chicago hot dog.
It's amazing, isn't it? Like there's so many ways to top a dog. So I've got my three favorites here.
Okay.
We've got Chicago, New York, and North Carolina. So in Chicago, it is so colorful, they call it dragging it through the garden. And you can see there are tomatoes, there are onions, there's sport peppers, it's a poppy seed bun, and it's a hot dog that's called a Chicago Red Hot. And we're in New York City, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So people are very serious about this. So it's usually deli mustard, sauerkraut maybe, and onion or onion sauce on a soft bun. And then I'm from North Carolina, and my favorite hot dog is a Carolina Slaw Dog. And I got to tell you,
she lives in South Carolina now.
Okay.
I do.
From the South Carolina girl.
I just moved. I know. So, and it's kind of, if you look at it, it's sort of like fresh kraut, right? So it's the same vinegar dressing that you use for a pulled pork sandwich. So it's the same red slaw. And we're going to make that in just a second. It's really tart and sweet and crunchy, and I just love it. So I guess that brings us to the coleslaw, right?
Which is very North Carolina barbecue.
Very North Carolina barbecue. So that's why I've got two today, one creamy classic and one vinegar, because it's kind of an acquired taste, the vinegar, but it's so good once you get into it. So I'm going to have you help me.
Sure,
if you
yeah.
don't mind. Okay.
Put me to work.
Okay, so this is apple cider vinegar. We're going to start with that. And then we've got ketchup.
Okay.
That gives it its red color. You can just dump that in.
There we go.
We've got two kinds of sugar, brown and white. We got salt. We got pepper. We've got here.
I'm ready.
Stir.
I start stirring.
And then the best part is the red pepper flakes, and you know,
a little
spicy.
That adds the spice, right? So that's all there is to it. You put it right over the cabbage, right? And just let it marinate in there. And it'll look like that.
Marinate away.
After it's done.
Okay.
Okay, well, if you're not a fan of the vinegar, then I've got the classic creamy coleslaw for you. And I'm gonna, you want me to do it or do you want to help?
Eva's gonna jump in. She's got this one.
Okay, so of course we know that's,
Man down, mayo down.
Okay, well that's mayonnaise. Okay, we can make it with the coleslaw in there too. And here's some lemon juice for tang, some sugar for sweetness. My secret is a little Dijon mustard. Whoops, there we go. Got to have a little pepper. And then when that's done, of course, you've got
it right there.
Creamy coleslaw.
And we are out of time, but I know we've got more on the macaroni and cheese here. And Elizabeth, it's so great to see you.
It's so great to be
Be sure
back.
to check out Elizabeth's newsletter, What's for Dinner, and you can actually scan the QR code right on the bottom of your screen to get these recipes on our website, goodmorningamerica.com.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here. to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.